buys into it, my husband buys into it, and this is the scope of the project and the business plan. So a lot of planning, I think. What do you guys think? You guys have kids, families?
I do.
Yeah. You're military guys. You have to, right? Military guys.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
When we started UStream, for me, I actually had one kid already. I'm married, and in early '07, I had my second kid. And then I left. My wife and kids were living in Dallas. I left Dallas to move to Silicon Valley for 6 months with John. We met up. We already knew each other, but we decided to both go there and raise money and start the company. And it was a sacrifice. And that's, I mean, we come from military backgrounds where that's pretty common in military families. And so it wasn't anything we haven't ever done before. But the biggest key to the success for me had been, one, have my family on board and just being very upfront and clear that the sacrifice we're going to make. And then, two, having a guy I've known and trusted for a long time.
He got your back.
Exactly.
So I think that's key. Maybe when you're older like that and you got the family, you need to have a partner more, because if, when it hits the fan, and it hits the fan at home and at the job at the same time, like, gee, my kid is sick and my wife is grumpy and the site is down, you can call the guy like, listen, I got the trifecta right now. Yeah. I need to take care of this. Can you get the developers and get the servers back around? It's like, I got your back, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
And I'm married, and I think
no kids yet?
No. My 2 cents for Peter, I mean, in addition to everything that was shared, is just if you consider, like, operationally, if you really plan out things very well, I think you can leverage yourself more, and that can scale. So I'd really focus in on planning up front, laying everything out, and if you do that rather than just showing up and reacting to the environment, just kind of have a plan, map it all out, and then you can scale and manage to that. So
one nice thing about going in slow motion is that when I do have time to work on it, I usually pretty well thought out what I'm going to do and what value it's going to contribute.
But you also got to commit. I mean, if you believe in it, I don't know anything about your space, but I was working for the Perot family, doing in a completely different industry, and I had a kid and I left for 6 months. I mean, you just, in my opinion, if you believe in it, you have to commit. And if you really want to be successful, because like you were saying, where's the gradient for you of where you want to take this? At some point, you have to commit. And if you don't fully commit, that gradient's probably not.
You have to know when you're going to flip that switch. And did you talk to your spouse yet about it?
Yeah, she's sort of taking a wait and see attitude at this point.
Yep. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I mean, I think if you also think about the DNA of males versus females, men, this is psychologically proven, I don't mean to be a sexist here, somebody will pull up some documentation to prove this, but women by nature are risk averse because they take care of kids and stuff like that, so she's going to think about it and be like, my number one priority is these kids and making sure that we're safe and the shelter and the food and all that kind of stuff. And then a lot of times, guys, and I'm painting with a white brush here, are crazy risk takers who are like, I'm going to go kill that buffalo or that lion or something, and I'm going to go leave the home. So I think also appreciating, how your particular spouse thinks, etc., is very important. You have to really put yourself in their shoes with the empathy thing. But I hope that's a good answer, and keep us apprised of how you do.
All right, I will. I've got a website up right now, which is information about it. It's at GeekStack.com. If you want to take a look.
Is it GeekStack.com?
GeekStack, yeah.
I like that, GeekStack. And the idea here is people can learn from this idea. So it's like a game that's fun, and you're going to learn something.
Right. I mean, just ask any 9-year-old their encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon, and you'll see how much education you can get out of the game.
I got to tell you, this is a brilliant idea. It's a really, really solid idea. And I'm surprised somebody hasn't done it. And I think that parents, you have a unique insight into that, would buy this. And I think, gosh, it seems to me like making cards is not that expensive. And if you made a prototype of this and, made 1,000 packs of cards and sold it on your site and maybe brought it to a couple of stores, and maybe your wife would want to get involved in it if she's got a passion for it. But if you made one that just taught kids simply like, I don't know, history, so Civil War people or people throughout history, and they have different superpowers. Napoleon can do this, and Genghis Khan can do that, and whoever, Caesar can do this with the superpowers, but it has their statistics. I bet you might get some people to do it. And you obviously have a great focus group with your kids. So, man, I'm liking your business. I think you got something cool here, and I hope that you make it happen.
Well, my plan is to get the online version so I can iterate through game designs until it's really good, then do small-scale printing of cards, and then with some cards and online and feedback from real customers, then take it to stores and museum, gift shops, and other places where.
It's a great idea. So what do you need? You need a developer. What is your number one weak spot where you need somebody? Is it a salesperson, marketing person to get distribution? Is it a developer to build the site? Is it a designer to do the cards? Where's your big weak spot?
Well, I'm a developer.
Okay,
and
good.
I think I've got that fairly well taken care of, but what I would need is designer, graphic design, artists, things like that.
Okay.
Because I have none of those skills, and that's going to be a big part. The presentation is so important for a game.
So we'll take care of that right now. Hold on a second. Everybody who's watching the show, everybody who can hear my voice, I need you right now to do a tweet. At GeekStack, he's on Twitter. At GeekStack is looking for a partner with design skills to work on an awesomely cool project. If you are a great designer who's got some time on their hands and believes in education, please tweet at GeekStack. And let's try to get him a co-founder, and let's try to get me like 10% of the company for making this happen. Tyler, what do you think?
We just crashed his website.
Oh, sorry, we crashed. Don't worry about it. We can crash GeekStack. It's no problem. We have GeekStack's Twitter account. Everybody tweet. Everybody try to find GeekStack, a designer, to work with him. We're going to make this happen. This is going to be like, I want him calling back in 2 or 3 weeks. I want to get the temperature on this. Okay, Alex? All right. So we'll check in with you, but I want everybody to try to find you a founder. And you could go, there's all kinds of local events that you have going on in your backyard.
Where's
He's from Chi-Town.
From Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, Chicago.
There's got to be a founder nearby, too.
There's got to be founders nearby. Find one of these people laid off from who did brochures for some financial company or something, who was being oppressed by the man. And they'll just want to break out. And there's got to be some kids coming out of, isn't there School of Design out of Chicago? Isn't that the big Chicago School of Design is the big one? Yeah. Go have coffee with the professor over there and say who's a really great person. Maybe you can find somebody. Somebody's got to know somebody. Get on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great resource. Not a sponsor of the show, but a great resource nonetheless. I think we're done with Reid Hoffman. Don't call me. We can't take your money. We're done with sponsors. But
I also know some of the guys from Threadless, and so
cool.
They know lots of designers, and that's a route I'm going down to try to find help on this.
Also, check out 99designs.com. 99 Designs, you can put up something for $25 or $50. Somebody in India, Philippines, or home, or Chi-Town, Chicago Institute of Design. People just hang out there and do contests. Make one card and put one card on there for $50. Okay? You have $50?
Yes.
You can do it for $50?
Yes.
Okay. Go on 99 Designs. Put a thing up there, tell them exactly what you want made for $50, and then tweet it back to me at Jason Calcanis or give it to Alex. We'll promote it on the show or whatever. And let's see what somebody comes up with for $50. And if you need 100 of these made, what are we talking about? 5 large?
Yeah.
That's not that much. Maybe we get them to do a bulk discount and get it for $2,500. We'll have somebody in India or Philippines who $2,500 is like 5 months' salary do this for you. We can make this happen. I could probably get an investor to call in. All right. So we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Good luck with it, and we're all rooting for you. Okay, Peter?
Best of luck, Peter.
Great, thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers.